everybody! How are you guys doing? I am Tragic Loss, and I am joined here by Lekabmek. And
Do you
yeah,
notice how we didn't synchronize today?
did we not synchronize today? I didn't know that we were doing.
Yeah, you don't like it. I want
No, I
to do
don't.
it, but you're
I
not into
don't.
it.
I'm
Well, hey everyone, I'm Cabmac. Hope you're all having a wonderful Tuesday afternoon. Money wants a title updated.
a title
Uh,
update.
hey Tragic, what server are you on?
Oh no!
Declined invite.
Dang it. Okay. I'm working on getting onto the right server. Anyways, so I have a joke for you,
Oh,
Cabmek.
that's right. So she told me she had a joke before while we were
Yeah.
getting set up. I don't know what the joke is. This is a completely fresh joke to me. I'm excited for it.
So, oh no. Oh no, hold on. So, knock knock.
Who's there?
Yodelei?
Yodelay hee hoo.
Are you going to the Alps?
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe I've done this either.
I mean, I can't believe you've done this. Yeah. Are you proud of yourself?
I'm very proud of myself. It's okay if you think it's lame. I think it's fantastic.
He's great, personally.
Uh...
Green corn scream. Can't believe you fell for it. Well, I had to play into it for the joke, right?
Cream corn.
It's a performance. It's a give and take, right?
Anyways, we actually talked about this. There's not too much going on in World of Tanks, this week. We do have this whole month is the on track for the STRV 103, B, the AMX50B, and the E50M, all actually really great. Oh no, hold on, I got you. Don't worry, you little hits. But yeah, not too much going on this week. We have the month-long on tracks. We do have the D-Day missions, so definitely check those out. But outside of that, like, there's Steel Hunter, and I think that's basically it. Honestly, there's not too much else going on. So yeah.
This is a pretty quiet week.
It's a pretty
We have
quiet week.
people saying no drops.
Yeah,
Should
I'm looking. They will hopefully be on momentarily.
we do have Steel Hunter going on. I know a lot of people are a little tired of Steel Hunter. I hear you. Frontline will be coming later this year. We wish we could do them both alternating. Unfortunately, Frontline wasn't ready for that this year. But Steel Hunter, still a lot of cool opportunities there. It's still a nice change of pace for normal games. If you find yourself a little fatigued from solo queue, I think it's a nice change of pace.
Mm-hmm.
Arch Revolve and Steamroller on Twitch both say they're having a good time, comfortably numbs over it. Dude doesn't like it now with the battle pass system. Well, you still can progress up the battle pass faster doing the battle pass or the Steel Hunter missions, can't you?
What? I
We're
believe
talking
so.
about battle pass. Oatmeal Cookies Roger says watching Crazy yesterday was like watching paint dry.
Hey, that was
Get
a
it?
really good joke. Yeah, I
Because he
liked
was
it a lot.
painting. Do you get
Yeah,
it? Do you
I
understand why
love
it's
it.
funny?
Why is that funny to you, but not Yodelay you?
Well, I had to play the straight guy. And that joke. Money said, "Guess what, Cabmac and Tragic Loss? I just started doing lunges for exercise. It's a big step for me."
That's so unfair. Y'all get like cab mech laughs. By the way, drops are working now. So please make sure you do refresh the stream. So
Right.
our bad. We'll definitely run a few minutes later, just to make sure everybody who came in, on time does get their well-deserved drops. So
Seriously though, lunges are great exercise.
they are.
If you
They're
ever limited to
Make me
just body
sad.
weight exercises, lunge weights, you can do lunges, squats,
true.
all
True.
kinds of good stuff. Stuff I should be doing.
The D item is now showing. Well, Elfie.
Works.
be careful about being shown a D item. So, that's your real skin to say you stream naked. Would that technically be like the Tom and Jerry clause, where technically I'm clothed? It's just,
Tom and Jerry claws.
you know how Tom and Jerry like
Well, I think Tom probably has claws, but I don't know about Jerry. Do mice have claws?
Tom doesn't wear anything.
Didn't get
They
it.
like wear things when they go to the beach, but they don't anything else. No.
Thanks, Iki. Appreciate it. Technically, you'd have to be in a hot tub. There you go.
What's up, Iki Boo? Wait,
Well,
which
we
joke
actually-
is terrible?
We're starting this broadcast with the worst jokes we know, so it was
Yeah.
actually a win. You just, to be fair, you have to have a pretty high IQ to understand our sense of humor. Iki Boo.
Dang.
No, have you seen the Rick and Morty copy pasta?
No.
It's
Wait, which one?
I'll just send it to you. It's a copy pasta from back when Rick and Morty was at its peak height ridiculousness. And the joke is, to be fair, you have to have a pretty high IQ to understand Rick and Morty.
Okay. So I'm getting through some of these bingos, just because y'all are just so quick on the trigger on these, and I just want to make sure that we get through them.
And APA2 says, are you guys planning to do something about the plague of player AI bots being used to exploit the referral system and then selling the accounts online? Yeah, we have caught a number of bot farms doing that. Napa, if you find any more, please feel free to report them. They're usually pretty easy to suss out from their login and games played log, as well as the other accounts used by those IPs. So we've knocked down quite a number of those. And like I said, if you spot any more, please do report them, and we'll be happy to look into them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to be doing a tier 10 count in. So if you are interested, you know, just wait for the count in to go through and click battle when it says battle in chat. If you are on Facebook or YouTube, just be aware that the restream bot has to relay it from Twitch chat, because that's the only place where the command that I use will work on. So you might be slightly more delayed, just so you're aware. So if you're on any of those sites, just make sure you know. 3, 2, 1.
So we're going to be doing a tier 10 battle.
Mm-hmm.
And Blobbert and I are in the E50M, aka the Crown Prince of Chad tier 10 tanks. And Tragic, of course, in the T57.
Mm-hmm.
What's your equipment loadout on the T57 these days?
I would have to look, but I know I have basically everything dunked in on making sure that aim time is really fast, because it is real hard to play with the T57 and not wish that the aiming circle closed much faster. So, you know.
We're still in queue, guys. You aren't missing anything.
Yeah. I promise I'm paying attention, mostly. So yeah.
Hey, Deathman, how's it going?
You know, my button says that it should work when it comes to turning the platoon thing on, the bingo thing on and off, but it's not working, and I'm really upset about it.
Hey, Mark on Facebook, how's it going?
Hello.
Jamba says, it's always tier 10, nobody has the nerve to Tog 2. Oh, we played Tog 2 on this stream all the time. Actually, the last time we played Togs, it went really well. which is a shock.
Yeah.
Traditionally, it does not.
Yeah, it often ends in us getting absolutely obliterated by artillery because we're slow, and we do tend to go to the maybe not the best areas. So,
Let's get this show on the
Okay.
road.
Deathman says it's going. Just found out this morning that my desktop's Visual Studio Code doesn't like coding, as it can't open up any of the standard libraries. I thought that was a setup for a dad joke at first, Deathman. I was trying to figure out what the punchline was going to be. Blobbert, come on! I'm trying to follow you. You're not going anywhere.
any ideas on the next Tog sale? No, actually.
mean,
Although
I'm
Tog,
sure
Tog
it's
is around
coming.
often. I thought, wait, isn't Tog in the tech tree? I thought Tog was, like, in the tech tree.
I feel like this is one of those things I should have memorized, but don't.
Probably. Oh, it do be like that sometimes. Whoop. Oh, oh, that could have been real upsetty spaghetti for me.
Tracks
Oh.
up. We
Tog is
found
not
track.
tech tree, it's
Get
just
going.
X.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. I don't understand this bingo thing. It's super easy. All you have to do is use your channel points and just, you know, the instructions are actually pretty easy. But no option to accept. That's probably because it has run out, because I do have to limit what amount of stuff is available, because if I don't, then it just goes away immediately, basically, because it gets used up immediately, like it did already. So there's no stopping it from getting it used up, but it would just mean that people win because there's no limit to it. So
I just got
keeps-
bullied out of my position by a Sheridan. Oh,
Oh,
great.
no.
Now I'm getting leoparded. Would we not have anybody watching the ridge, the hedge?
Enemy armor is hit.
Oh boy, I'm almost dead.
It's bounced.
Nobody's covering.
No! Why do I do this to
It's
myself?
damaged. It's working, but not very well.
How could this happen to me? No! Why? Please, no. I am just a lonely T-57. Help.
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe they've done this either.
Hey, Blobbert's back.
What do you get for the bingo square thing? Well, when the stream... So, essentially, bingo is, do we run a giveaway today? If chat gets bingo, then yes, we run a giveaway. If chat does not get a bingo, then no, we don't run a giveaway. So, that's basically it. There's nothing super special or fancy about it.
Keys. Penetration.
Bonk,
Enemy armor is hit.
bonk.
Great shot.
We need to get that guy very dead.
So what do you think? Was the focus worse in the Wargaming clan or in Cracked?
I feel like cracked, probably, just because most of the time I think when people see Wargaming, they're just like, oh, they're bad. Now that I'm good and get focused.
Oh, the timing of that was beautiful.
Oof. Yeah. Well, in all fairness, I was poorly positioned and very close to dying, so that was all my fault.
Still good.
Yeah, yeah. Dang, Cabmech, look at you. You're all base camping and stuff.
I don't have any hit points left. It wasn't like I've been sitting here doing nothing.
True, true. Killed by someone in Nova's clan? Gasp. Gasp. So we have actually gotten 2 hydrate requests, so I
I've
did...
been hydrating.
Okay, good, good, good. I did my best. I could have done better. I actually feel like I played that pretty poorly. So,
We're still in this, but
Street
Blobbert's
cake
gonna need to
combined.
carry. Alright, I'm getting spotted.
Query Presser wants to know if, as a dinosaur, I take extra damage from things falling from the sky, like Artie. Surprisingly not. Dinosaurs have thick skin, so they don't, often take additional damage, whether it's, oh my god, you have, like, literally 1 HP.
Yep.
But yeah. Where I got the dino onesie? What dino onesie? I'm an actual dinosaur. Arch Revolve. But
Yeah,
I have...
Just go along with it.
But I have heard that there is a particular website called... oh, right, by mistake. There is a particular website called Kigurumi, spelled K-I-G... I have to spell it out. I can't actually spell out loud. That's how you spell it. So I typed it in chat. If you search that on Google, there are outfits that can make you look like a real dinosaur, like me. So,
We gotta get some officially licensed ones before we really promote them.
yeah. But yeah.
I'm running out of places to go here.
Redcoat, that is a good question. So I'm pretty sure we got on PC the KV2R previously.
We did not actually. We have previously.
In
So,
the
my
past,
understanding-
yes.
That KV2R deal, I just skimmed his message there. That KV2R deal is actually going to be the only deal that isn't the same between Steam and the normal premium shop. For those of you who know, we had the Founders Editions packages that came out when Steam launched that were also made available to existing players. The KV2R deal is part of a Warhammer event that Steam was running. So it was a special deal for that event. That's the only reason why it was different.
Yeah. But yeah. So, as far as I know, all of the sales should be, like, basically the same. I actually asked very recently to Shouts
sorry,
at
Bob.
Whales if some of the, I guess, collaboration tanks that we've had, if those would come back soon. I don't remember his answer. I'm gonna have to poke him again soon. But I did ask. So I asked
that,
even before we got that question.
That should be the only time that there's a deal that differs between the two platforms.
Oh. Oh. I thought he got killed by the Patton. Okay.
Hot dog, I should have caught that sooner. A3? Yeah, that probably would have been a better spot.
Yeah.
Redcoat says we need to oddball Sherman for Kelly's Heroes. Believe me when I say that we
Mm.
have and still are trying. That is, that's actually one of Chieftain's pet projects as far as licensed vehicle goes. He really wants it. Can't get any particulars, but sometimes getting the people who own the rights into the room is hard.
Yeah. I did a while back. I don't know how many people here watched the Women's Day stream that we did, but Dylid, who is our biz dev manager, she asked me a while back what kind of collaborations people would like to see, and I'm very much I usually chat with the Reddit because I'm comfortable there.
The Reddit.
The Reddit.
I love the Reddit.
All of the Reddit. But yeah, she asked me to see what kind of collaborations people would like to see, and that was one of the top suggestions was the Oddball tank. So it's in the minds. It's in the minds for sure.
We're always trying to find cool new license stuff that makes sense. It's just like I said, it's not as simple as going to the store, you know.
Cab
Hey,
Max
Sturgis, how's it
Cutie.
going?
You know, I always wonder how many people like notice what your title is below your
What do you have it as
username.
now?
It's still Met Cab for Cutie.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't changed it in a while, but you know, not too many people bring it up. And
Did you know that
so
the guy from Death Cab for Cutie is the same guy from the Postal Service?
dang, that's really cool, actually.
They made the Such Great Heights song that was everywhere in 2007.
Solid, I like. Okay, speaking of KV2, I'm gonna play it because I
Big
like it.
surprise.
It delivers mail too.
Did you see new ducks yet? No, ducks are coming near the end of the month. Very
Okay.
excited to have them. Hey, Santiago, how's it going, man?
Get ready. So, you know, just because, okay, so I know, we don't really talk about Steam on this stream just because, you know, it doesn't get brought up too often. I know a lot of people were really upset about it for a while, and, you know, they left the, reviews as such on Steam, which totally understandable, like, it's a fair reaction, but we're gonna do the counting first. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... battle. But so I've been doing streams on Steam occasionally, just to kind of like interact with people on Steam, and so I have a press account for the Steam streams, and I decided to check on my stats for Steam. And I got really sad because I was like, why are my stats on my Steam account so much better than
Tragic discovered why people reroll.
I did! And it upsets me. Made me kind of sad. But I'm
What?
just like, hey, at least my improvement is tangible.
There you go.
You know, that's...
Uncle Iroh dropping
all
a
I got.
dad joke in the platoon chat, by the way. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah. What's blue and smells like red paint? Blue paint.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Hey, Sturgis. Sturgis, did you change your Twitch profile picture? Because, most people, or most of our regulars in here know that we have all of our chats kind of stuck together. We use a web app called Restream, and Restream puts all of the chats together. But another neat thing that Restream does is it shows us the profile pictures of people who are you know, chatting on Twitch and whatnot. So
I have that part covered.
Oh, okay. I always
My
like
client is
seeing
over.
it. I like seeing it because I'm just like, oh, that's really.
Oh
That's
no,
kinda
what
cute.
happened to me?
Oh no, what happened to you? What
I
happened?
don't know. They're saying that's what they're saying in chat.
Oh, come on! No, I'm really sad about that. That could have been great.
I'm a glitch in the matrix. I'm gonna take advantage of it. Yeah, so the Death Cab for Cutie guy he's not a postal employee. He made another band called the Postal Service. They have a very famous song called Such Great Heights. I promise you, if you YouTube it, you'll recognize it.
Oh no. You know, one of these days I would love to just like fire my KV2 and just like hit something. What happened to you? Oh my god, that is just straight up
I can't see
like
it. How bad is it?
really bad. It's
Could have been a contender.
it's like genuine predator camo. That's what you
Oh,
look
awesome.
like.
Sick.
Ah!
By the way, I really
That guy
appreciate
needs to
the on the
die.
waterfront
Ow.
reference there.
Yeah.
Champa.
What is going on
True-
with your face?
True story. I got to
Goodness
see
gracious.
a showing of On the Waterfront performed by the San Francisco Philharmonic or whatever
Aw.
their city orchestra is. So like you watch the movie, but then all the
Sad.
movie soundtrack is played by the live orchestra. It was an awesome show. Super cool.
Yeah. When will Frontline be back? Later this year. Yes, it is against the rules to do that. Submit a ticket to our support staff, with a replay. I believe we have a nice little command.
I got you,
That'll
Archer.
give you. Yeah, there you go. Something else? Submit a ticket. But yeah, that's how you do the thing.
I need help on the north side of the map.
It's Frontline, not Frontlines, Shorzy.
Shorzy? Wait, is that from Letterkenny? Shorzy? Please help north side map.
I think they have their little Twitch icon is Letterkenny, so I believe so.
Nice. Plus send aid to North Front.
Oh gosh. You're dead, basically.
Nope. I do not accept this.
Blobbert, don't say that. I can't say that. If I can't say that, you can't say that.
I mean, technically, Frontlines never existed, but Frontline will be coming back.
So earlier when we started the stream, I took a sip of my water, and I have...
I need help.
I took a sip of my water,
Stuck between
and
a rock and a hard place.
I had, what's it called? I have ice in my water bottle, and I had a very small piece of ice go in through the straw of my water bottle, and I thought it was like a bug or something, and it slowly melted in my mouth, and I was concerned that I had swallowed whatever, like, bug somehow made it into my water bottle. So, very concerning.
Well, that's not as fun as talking about Letterkenny, which, yes, at Praxton, we do know about and are big fans of. Well, at least Domo and I are.
Bugs for dinos are good. Extra protein when they can't hunt down their own food. Ah, you see, Arch Revolve. I actually... I eat goats on a weekly basis. So, no, I don't usually eat bugs.
Like, and when people see it, it's like the little girl from Jurassic Park when she's like, "What's gonna happen to that goat?" And then Shredder just unhinges her jaw and just the whole thing gone.
Yeah, basically, that's how it do be.
Why would you eat a goat?
Ret Cop. Any idea when the rewards from the charity stream might be awarded? So there's a couple of corrections that need to be made, but it depends on which rewards you're talking about, because if you're talking about the physical rewards from the silent auction, those are being worked on, and, you know, I did ask for plenty of time just because we do have to ship things to the office, get them sorted, and then ship them out. If you are any of those people, just be aware that some of the items still haven't made it to the office yet, so we haven't gotten the chance to sign them. So if you're one of them, a little bit of patience. If you're talking about the giveaway things that were given away during all of the streams, there is only, I believe, like 3 or 4 things that haven't been credited, and that is due to either the username being incorrect or the person not being on the actual NA server, or some other reason. So
Karis73 says, had a couple Watt NA streamers say they are convinced that the NA server is going to be shut down. Be curious to see which streamers. Due to low numbers, but I highly doubt it. Yeah, it's I mean, never say never, but it's extremely unlikely.
Yeah.
Just to
What's up, Santiago?
try to be upfront with you guys right now. Even though World of Tanks is not as big as it has been in the past, it's still honestly thriving.
Oops.
Most games our age would love to have the retention numbers that we do. Most games don't last 11 years. Yeah, NA has been in a state of being close to being shut down for almost a decade now.
AKA ever since it came to NA.
We're coming up close.
It's always so, and I totally understand why people call it this, but like live games, which World of Tanks is a live game. Any consistent update game, like Overwatch is a live game. I love how people always call them like beta, like they're in beta constantly, and I'm like, what? I don't really.
We can't talk considering 1.0 didn't come out until.
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, I'm glad that 1.0 didn't come out when it was when it did, as in like the original time that World of Tanks was trying to do like 1.0 or update 10. Oh gosh. Anyways,
so
dating.
We're starting up another tier 10 battle.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the game, Uncle Iro. Sturgis said Wadane died when Meathead left. Well, we certainly lost a little piece of our heart, didn't we?
Yeah.
Gun Magic says, curious NA is running 10k players. What is it year are you? I'm not sure about their exact. It is a lot more. World of Tanks does appear to have a stronger appeal in countries with certain cultures and relationships with World War II. That's kind of an interesting study. But the two biggest player populations in the EU server are from Germany and Poland, I believe, which is kind of a pretty interesting split. Just like World of Tanks in North America, the audience is unconventional, although they are unconventional in different ways. Many of you know here in North America, World of Tanks kind of has a place, and not all of you are, but we have a place as an older gentleman's game. A game for folks who don't mind slowing down a little bit.
Yes, I am an older gentleman. Thank you for noticing.
Typically. Obviously, all kinds of people play the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But if you were to do a survey, you would, for example, find that World of Tanks North America has a much higher average age than the typical video game.
My dad's 68, and he plays, or sorry, 67. So.
Hey, I've aged into it too.
Tragic, you're over 65 million years old. You can't sass that younger man. I
do, although, I mean, longtime viewers of our little show here will know that the gray in my facial hair has now spread from one spot, like here, to now, like, all the way over here. Yeah, this was like the 1.0 release gray, and then this is like TwitchCon 2019. It's getting progressively grayer now.
Goodness.
My clan on NA, I'm 29, and I'm like the 6th youngest in the clan most survive. I honestly like that. I've actually, ever since I was a kid, I've kind of gravitated to games to have a more mature player population. I used to play a lot of IL-2 1946 back in the day, and it's kind of nice. I did the Counter-Strike and the Call of Duty communities for a while, and after you deal with the turbo kitties in those games, it's nice to.
Is that what people call them? God, that's such a strange name.
That was just what popped in the head at the time.
I guess, yeah.
You enjoyed wasting the time as the time truly wasted.
Who's the other person in our platoon? Vexed. Is one of our viewers. We do platoons with our viewership. So if you want to platoon, you are absolutely allowed to join the platoon queue. If you're wondering how to join, there is a command. A lot of the information you can find out about our streams. If you're on Twitch, you can actually scroll below the stream, and it will have instructions for you. But yeah, we do platoon.
Heavy Metal said you might want to use older instead of mature. Well, there's some truth to that. I would say that even though the World of Tanks chat can get pretty toxic at times,
oh, sorry,
it's not as bad as some other games I played.
Supernova's on the other team. I hate this. Yeah, he is. Supernova's insanely good at the game. Like,
Just a little bit, yeah.
he has insane, like,
Well, he's been playing the game
knowledge.
since what, age 11?
Yeah, basically.
Maybe
But
younger.
like,
He's a
like,
prodigy.
he is. He truly is. Like, his skill in the game is just, like, incredible. Like, it blows my mind. Like, how am I supposed to fight Nova?
Max is in Platoon chat complaining about having to fight now.
But yeah, so I'm gonna scroll up a little bit, kind of missed cross-team chat. So we've talked about this a little bit on stream, like, basically as to why, cross-team chat isn't a thing. A lot of people are like, oh, like, Wargaming didn't want toxicity. For one, there's no way to fully stop toxicity. Like,
Great shot.
you got some,
Gotcha.
hope for humanity if you think that is the reason. No, we took out cross-platoon, or cross-team chat because people would give away the position of their allied teams.
An insane amount of people.
Yeah.
Like we did the math on how much it was costing us to handle the customer support tickets that were coming in specifically about that issue, and it was a comically large number.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean the dumb thing is there's like a really simple fix, and that's just to divide dead people into their own chat. It's just that the current chat system doesn't allow us to do that.
Yeah.
And fixing the chat system, as many of you know, we replaced the renderer in this game, and it took us several years and a lot of money to be able to have the development to do that. Chat, not quite as big of a project, but not a small project either. So we do hope to be able to do that in the future. The Chat 2.0 has appeared on many a roadmap, and we hope to get it done at some point.
Let's see. I had another couple of things. So Shorzy said earlier, as an older gentleman, I can't be as fast as all of these young FPSers. There's actually and I totally understand what you mean. Like, a lot of people believe so there's one side to it where it's just like, you know, all you have to do is practice, but the other side of it is, yeah, but I don't have the time to practice that, which is very fair. But I do challenge and say it's not about being older, it's about how much time you have available to actually invest in it. And, you know, most older people do not have the time to invest because, you know, we do have on the internet, and you can find their channels, older people who, you know, play FPS games with the best of them. And, you know, they do spend a lot of time, you know, playing the games that they do, but there's Grandpa Gaming, and there's also, like, Grandma Plays, and both of them are over the ages of 50 and, you know, are better than I am at the games that they play, and they're FPS games. So, you know, it's about the practice amount, so.
Yeah, I think for me, I think it's maybe a mixed bag. Although I will say, back when I was a competitive FPS player, the big difference between then and now is I also, when I do have free time, I don't want to necessarily spend it all playing the same game
Gotcha.
Oh,
over
absolutely.
and over and over again.
Absolutely agree.
But one thing I really like about World of Tanks specifically, as an older, I'm not the
Gent.
Amanda on
Older
Facebook
gent.
pointed out that I'm not that old, and I'm not.
Are you?
Well, I'm old at being young and young at being old, as
Yeah.
the babies once said.
True.
Shout out to Canada and their wonderful musical artists.
Tab, for
But
sure.
I really like World of Tanks offers a really deep gameplay experience that can fit into less than 10 minutes, and that's something that is really nice.
Yeah.
If I know that for whatever reason I have a limited amount of time, I can slap in a few battles and oh boy, can I hide from this guy? Yes.
I feel like
can.
that's why things like mobile games tend to be maybe a little bit more popular with like older generations is because like the combination of time, accessibility, and I guess you know, for some people, you know, the dexterity, because for games that are FPS, so if you consider things like Call of Duty, you do need a lot of dexterity when it comes to actually playing to be able to play well. And most people don't want to suck at the game that they play. And when a good chunk of playing the game depends on you being able to snapshot something by like flicking your wrist in a direction and being able to click, yeah, absolutely. I totally understand.
Vexed out damage Nova by 1300 damage. Well done, well done, Vexed.
Seriously, nice.
Yeah. Watch the lanes attack size option. That would be really nice. Amanda says, I'm 30. Oh, you're not older than me then. I turned 32 this week, actually.
Yeah, you do. I am not yet. Well, okay, depends on which age you're going for. On one hand, I am either 65 million years old, or on the other hand, if you're going by real people years, I am 27. So, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a tier 8, by the way.
Thanks, folks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got to be honest. I'm very much enjoying my 30s so far. I think a lot of older folks talk about this, but there's a certain liberation that comes with age and wisdom. I care less about things that I now realize are very silly to care about.
Wait till I hit my 40s. The 40 millions?
Yeah. Puppies and kitties. Yeah. Yeah, we're still babies. We know.
Yeah. Alright, we're doing this count in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, battle. You reach the age where you just don't care what other people think. I have vaguely stopped caring about what other people think. It's more of, I don't care what other people think as long as they don't tell me what they think. Because, okay, so, and hear me out, if someone, like, comes onto the stream and, like, makes fun of me, yeah, I'm gonna care what you think, because for one, that's really rude. For two, don't you have better things to do with your time? And for three, why are you just insulting random people on your off time if you just have free time that you're dealing with? Like, it says something about you as a person. But outside of that, I don't care. Like, if I really cared, would I be here? Like...
Moto says, I've been playing tanks 8 years, 53 now. I've noticed a slight accuracy drop. Yeah, but as you get older, you know, you don't slip that much, and what you gain in wisdom is worth it, right? That's what my friends and I play basketball, and you know, as you get older, you lose a step. I can't dunk anymore.
Yeah.
But I got old guy tricks now.
Yeah.
I got behind the back passes I never would have been able to throw.
I was gonna say
post move, old guy strength too, real thing.
I was gonna say, and
Bad
correct
strength.
me if I'm wrong, but I feel like dexterity isn't necessarily the thing that's restricting. It's almost definitely mobility, because I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to like doing things, the thing that really stops them is, can I actually move myself in the way that I need to move to be able to do this thing?
Well, I think for gaming you do lose a bit of reaction time.
Yeah. That one also, you know, makes sense. There are definitely ways to like keep that up pretty high, I think, though.
Money says you can still dunk your donuts. yeah, it's about all
Dunk
I'm
on these
days.
donuts. Okay, I'm sorry, that was terrible. Oh, goodness. See, now I'm hungry. I have, for the first time in literally, you know, a year and a half, I will be hanging out with one of my very beloved friends, and their partner. So I am very, very happy to be doing that after the
Nice.
stream. So,
I'm
yeah,
probably going to go ride motorcycles.
nice.
Are we going to have another battle pass this year so we can use our unused tokens on? I believe there will be another battle pass this year. The token question, I'm not 100% on. But I am becoming less informed on some of those things lately. I will try and get an answer for you if Tragic doesn't know.
For which? Battle Pass?
The battle pass question. Tokens are valid till December, says Ortnoth, and I'm inclined to believe Ortnoth. He tends to be right about these things.
I feel like we do have more Battle Pass stuff coming just because...
Yeah, for sure more battle pass. The question is the tokens. But I think
wait, what about the tokens? What was the question about tokens?
read the question.
Ah!
Don't worry about it. Ortnoth already answered. Ortnoth is right. Mr. Gon is also correct. Both of those folks are correct. Zany says, what motorcycles you ride? Looking into it and looking at 99
FZ07.
Max.
Oh, you're
Tragic.
What?
Tragic loves the FZ07. I don't blame her. It's a great bike.
It's a great bike. There's, like, nothing bad about the bike. There's definitely things where it's just like, it could use a little updating. Like, it could use some tender loving. Like, it could use some, what's it called? Some steel braided brake lines, maybe better brakes on it outright. Definitely better forks.
FZ07. Magnas are cool, though. I think Magnas are awesome.
Cool. They're really cool looking.
Might be kind of a lot of bike for a first bike. Yeah.
Which one? The Magna?
Yeah. One time it was the fastest bike in the world. Granted, that was 30 years ago, but...
I was gonna say, like, it might be the fastest bike in the world, but it really depends, like, how fast does it pick up, though? Like, does it pick up real fast? Like, is it FZ speed? Or is it, like...
I think it's also
you'll
a
chug up to the
bigger,
speed.
older bike, too, so it comes with some of that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, motorcycles, for me, are an area where, like, classic bikes are cool, but I'd never actually want to own one because the technology we have now has made the average bike so much better. And both in terms of ease of maintenance and, like, I think for me, the big one is braking. Modern bikes can stop, which to me is a very important trait in a motorcycle. I ride a 2017 Africa Twin, by the way, but and Tragic rides an FZ07.
Ow.
Some people have an extreme aversion to Japanese bikes, but I certainly don't. I grew up. My dad raced Honda VFRs in the 80s, so I grew up with a love for Honda bikes, and I rode Honda dirt bikes growing up. Good old XRs.
Oh.
You can put modern brakes on older bikes. Yeah, that's certainly true. You can.
Yeah.
I actually see. I'm surprised there isn't more retro, resto. What is it? What are they called? Resto mods. That's a big thing in the car community. People take like a 65 Mustang, and then they get them, fully modern big brake kits, modern Coyote engine and stuff, and modern suspension, and that's pretty cool. I think that's honestly. Like, if you have one that's already not original for whatever reason, I think that's a cool thing to do with it.
So I keep getting slapped.
Tragic and I both have a firm belief that a lot of you, at least find motorcycles interesting, even if you're not personally riders.
Or you know someone who does ride, and they're, like, immediate family, like your dad, or your uncle, or your brother, or sister, sibling.
People who think tanks are
child.
cool tend to also think motorcycles are cool. It's just a common overlap.
Oh my god, have you seen Hayabusa engine in a water bike? Or a, what is it called?
Don't those Legends oval, or the Legends cars do that? They're like, they're old Ford coupes with Hayabusa engines?
I don't know, but I do know someone put a Hayabusa engine into, like, not like a Sea-Doo or something, but imagine if it was in a Sea-Doo.
A long existing, extremely fast Suzuki motorcycle, for those of you who don't know.
Jet ski, that's what it's called. Also,
Says,
sorry.
Dad had a Magna. He would lift the front end when he cracked the throttle. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Dual Sports. I have an 09 KLR 650. The tractor of motorcycles. Awesome. KLRs are great.
No, I was gonna say, did you know that Hayabusa means peregrine falcon in
I
Japanese?
did actually.
I was asking chat, not you. I know you know.
I know
I
don't
know
think
you're
we
a
did
smarty
that.
pants.
I'm
I
actually
wanna-
not sure
I
why
wanna-
I knew that.
Probably because I've said it before.
No, I knew it before. I knew
Are
it.
you
I definitely
sure?
knew it before. Yeah.
Okay. You know, gotta ask. I wanna know if I am your resource for random
I mean, I've
fun
definitely
facts.
I've learned
No?
all sorts of hilarious
Aww.
from Tragic,
I'm
but not
sad
that
about
specific
that.
one. I want to put a try rating an old web bike on water. Anyone happen to ask about the KB2 are available on Steam users for 2016? We did talk about that a little bit either, Foos. We are going to try and make sure that the deals between the Steam store and the premium shop are always the same. That specific one should be the only exception. It's because Steam was running a big Warhammer event, and that was the reason that they had an exclusive deal was for that Warhammer event that happened over the last week. So that should be the only time there is a discrepancy between the two stores.
Yeah.
Person in charge of such things when I talk to them about it.
Zany Itanki says Hayabusa swap in a classic mini, they rip. I, for the longest time, wanted a mini, and my reasoning for wanting a mini was that I thought that my reasoning was that I have never known another car to look good with checkers, like checkerboard plastered on it.
Okay.
That was my reasoning for the longest time,
Yeah,
and
I
then
don't think that's bad reasoning. I don't know how many other cars
I was
gave
a
you the option from the
child.
factory.
There's not a lot. There's not a lot. But they do look good. And then my reasoning after that was I knew that they were actually like pretty sporty cars, and I really wanted a manual mini. And then I found out how horrible they are long term. And I was just like, never mind.
I mean, the issue with the modern Mini, and they're still decent cars, but they're manufactured by BMW, right? So here in America, the reason that BMWs are one of the reasons that BMWs are like portrayed as a luxury brand is because the parts are expensive here.
Yeah.
And in Germany, BMWs are perfectly normal cars, but they cost more to maintain here because we don't have the same support system. Also, the dealerships here have embraced that luxury identity here and turned themselves into that. So if you go to your BMW motorcycle dealer, they'll hand you an espresso while you wait for your bike to be worked on, and all kinds of other silly stuff that they use to justify charging exorbitant premiums.
Yeah, Franco says, hello again from Transylvania, Romania. Dracula was born here. You are correct.
I really want to visit Romania. It's on... there's a whole lot of Eastern Europe I'd love to see, but Romania is at the top of the list.
There's a lot of like European and Nordic countries that I want to visit, just because like in America you don't really get the same vibe, but when you go to like yeah, I know I use vibe today. When you go to like European nations, like every single one just has like thousands of years of history that you can like go and visit. Like they have castles and that were built in like 1000 AD, and it's just like, what? Like, how is something that old and still standing? Just go to Minnesota. Yeah, but everything is...
What's the old line? In Europe, 100 miles is a long distance, and in America, 100 years is a long time.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
True facts. You feel like home in old buildings? Well, maybe I do, Lady May.
Euro motorcycle tour. You have no idea how much I would love to ship my Africa Twin over and spend a few months riding around Europe. So, if I ever get the chance, I am totally going to do that. EPL Center says BMWs are nice. I have a 74. Yeah, I'm not anti BMW. It's just in America, you know what you're getting into here. It's you're gonna pay more. It just is what it is. I had an E46 BMW 325i manual with the sport trim. Really, the funny thing is, I wish I'd kept that thing because it's actually worth way more now than what I bought it for, where it was kind of like a couple
Yeah.
generations old. And now that specific car is actually really hard to find in manual in the U.S., so it's actually worth more than what I paid for it 10 years ago, or more than 10 years ago, which is funny. But I love that car; it was a great car. But I did all the maintenance myself. Well, I'll be honest, with my dad's help. but
Well, I
but
mean, that's where you all start, right?
I wouldn't have bought that car without knowing I was going to be able to do most of my own maintenance. So, and the parts were still expensive. I still had to. I think I had a $300 alternator go on that car. That
Oh
was
my god.
that was a lot compared to the Nissans and Mazdas I grew up driving.
Yeah. No, like
My game crashed.
Oh, it did. Oof.
Yep. I'm loading back up right now.
There are definitely like older structures in the United States. A lot of the structures, I'm not gonna get super deep into it, but obviously like the history of America, a lot of what used to be around wasn't necessarily like hyper, I don't like, it wasn't necessarily built with like stone and things that, last for centuries. So, some of the things that we do have, they're basically just like built into the terrain. So
Okay, I'm back.
welcome back. Wasn't built for permanence. Not necessarily, yeah. Agreed.
Rockabilly says the church in the city I live in was built in the later 1600s and is still there. Wow, that is impressive.
Jeez, my goodness. Like there are people's houses that they live in currently that have been updated for like the modern age, but are what's the word? Are just like ancient. Like literally ancient.
Cordy says if you want older structures and such, go visit Quebec once the border opens. I absolutely plan on it. Okay. Oops, I should not have come this direction.
Ouch.
Gonna take another shot here. Somehow not. Yep, there it is.
Okay.
And you told me we had the
Oh,
Anasazi
my
that lived and built
goodness.
houses 2,000 years ago. Oh yeah. In the Southwest, there's a bunch of
That's not fun.
various ruins of ancient southwestern cities, and yeah, like Tragic said, a lot of that stuff just wasn't able to last. I know, where is it? Somewhere in the Midwest, there's the giant mound that was the site of an ancient city that was like larger than all the European cities at the time. I can't remember the
Yeah.
name of the site right now.
I don't know. Like we definitely have like in the continent, well,
Somebody in chat
the
knows.
two continents, right? The two. Am I using the right term? Continents of like North America and South America. You do have ancient ruins of civilizations like the Aztecs and the what's the one that starts with M? Meccan? Something.
Mayan?
Mayan. There's Mayan, and then there's also like, hi, you're a lot closer than I thought you were. I thought you were way further away than right in front of me. I was like, man, that Progetto's name is really big. Why is it so
That's
large?
Yeah, and then in North America, I can't remember the name.
Yes.
Yeah, Cahokia. That's exactly it.
Ooh.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Nice pickup. And we don't know a lot about that society. They're older, I
Yeah.
think. But
There's a
we
lot
know
of
that,
societies we don't
we know that
about.
from the ruins they were massive. Somebody
Yeah.
mentioned don't let those places confuse you. What was it? Somebody's talking about Landstuhl. There we go. Smolson said, don't let some of those really old buildings fool you. A lot of renovations have gone into them and are not original material, however, still pretty awesome. Yeah, it's a bit
Yeah.
it's Ship of Theseus stuff, right?
Yeah.
like it's for the the ship sails around for so long that eventually every part has been replaced. Is it still
Yeah.
the same ship? I mean, I think what it represents is still really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of it not
absolutely.
original.
But no, I always think like old structures like that are like insanely cool because, one of the interesting things about history that is before our ability to or before some of our ability to record long-lasting historical written or, basically recorded history. We don't know anything about that kind of stuff. Like, we're just guessing. Like, if we were to just erase all recorded stuff about how things operate now and, like, give, a particular object to someone in the future, they have to guess exactly what it is meant for. You could give them a water bottle and they'll be like, ah, yes, this was used to hold sacred oils for this type of ritual. And they just like guess as to what it is. And, sometimes you get things pretty close or like almost right.
Imagine like trying to figure out what football is from the remains left after 2,000 years.
Yeah, and
the period had some sort of extremely popular ritual where they would dress up in armor and run into each other while attempting to move a mysterious egg-shaped ball to one end of a field.
So Zany says, heck, give a 10-year-old a 3-inch floppy disk and it stumps them. I mean, that's still fair, though. Like, the thing about even just, like, modern technology that has advanced so quickly, I'm only 27 and I have gone through, floppy disks. I've gone through, all of these different types of, physical storage formats, and it's just like, it still boggles my mind how we've gone from like 1 megabyte being like an entire disk to like 1 megabyte being less than a fraction of what I can hold on, a USB drive, which, by the way, this is a Master of Orion USB. But yeah, cassette, exactly. Like, my mom had a car, she had a Toyota that still had the roll-down windows, and that was most of my childhood.
They still sell cars with roll-down windows.
They still do, but the thing is, they weren't they were popular back then, and that was the norm, whereas nowadays, it's not the norm.
Right, you only get that on a no-frills.
Yeah.
Have you ever used a rotary phone?
No, but because my parents never had a rotary phone, but I know how one works. Like, I know how that operates. I
have used a rotary phone, but the only reason I did is my grandparents had a very small cottage in Michigan that had it. And at the time, it was a source of great curiosity to me. I loved playing with it as a kid.
Here's how you know I'm, like, within that era of, like, kids who kind of grew up when technology was just, like, just advancing fast enough. My dad had the full collection of Star Wars laser discs. Laser discs, not DVDs, and not, like...
Well,
I had the massive... Oh my gosh, suddenly everyone's claiming the weekly Watcher drops, by the way.
Oh yeah, because the time came in.
My gosh.
Laserdisc can't be that old, because I watched Space Jam on Laserdisc.
Okay, yeah, but the thing is, Laserdiscs was a small span of time. Like, a very small span of time. But they were also not popular at all. My gosh! We never have this many people, like, tell us that they've just gotten their weekly watch.
Well, because they got started a bit late, so more people
Oh,
than
yeah.
average were here at the same time.
True. My gosh, people. Good lord, that makes me happy. I'm glad y'all love our weekly watcher drops.
I mean, we don't
Hey.
even have to go that old for that kind of technology. Remember
Yeah.
HD DVD?
I do. My gosh. But no, like there are so many strange formats that, you know, through the evolution of technology, we've abandoned some, and there are some where it's just like only around for like a very short chunk of time. Be Kind Rewind, yeah. Like I lived
Ooh.
through strange eras. for
There's some
sure.
good Chieftain content. Like, what are some of the 8 tracks and laser discs of tank technology?
Oh hey, yeah.
What's some stuff that people thought was the new hotness and is now
The new hotness.
that never took
Gosh,
off?
yeah.
I bet he would have some great. I feel like
Jeez.
what's the M60 that came with all the weird tech on it that they called the Starship or whatever?
Oh, I don't even know.
I think it was one of the first production versions of the M60 for
I
sure. falls in
remember
that.
making mixtapes. Yeah. I like
I
there's
still
some
say Data's best.
There-
is for squares.
there's still like some technology that we've had to like create just to bridge the gap between like old tech and new tech. One of those examples is those like little Bluetooth or those little cassette tapes that you put into a cassette tape player that plugs into like that feeds out to an aux cable and that you can use to like plug into your phone so that way you can play your phone music through your cassette tape, and that is crazy cool to me. I will be right
believe we
back
won
so
that
I
game.
can, I know, right? I will be right back. You can talk to chat while I grab this, but, you know.
Hear that, chat? We can finally talk. Debosik says, greeting from Poland. I have the Atari 65 XL2. Nice. Not your phone, not iPod. Yeah, I remember, gosh, it's funny now. Even smartphones feel like they've been around forever, but I remember I didn't get a smartphone until like 2013. It was a holdout.
I have the, I guess this was, you know, Apple's more portable version of their, like, iPod, but I still have their, like, iPod Shuffle, which was a USB plug-in that, for a while they joked that it looked like a pregnancy test, and this one still works. It still works.
I had
I don't
I
know
had an
what's on
MP3
it.
player with a USB drive that was 256 megs. It could hold like 11 songs on it.
Oh god.
Yeah, that was early 2000s were some amazing technology.
Hey, but what about those like little tape things that you could use where it could only play like a single song? Like you take one out and you put in the new one,
Yeah,
and it could only
those
play
were
that one song.
those were for kids, right?
Oh,
But
I
yeah,
know those were for
understand.
kids, but like, you know.
Randall says, back in my day, portable music was a harmonica in your pocket.
I love that.
Nastasi says Zune is best. So I also am a Zune person. Nastasi, I loved the Zune. I thought it was way better. Still do, honestly. I still think Zune was the better platform.
Yeah, probably. Alright, up next we have Axel Grease, and Axel Grease is the last person in our platoon queue list, so if anyone else would
Yep.
like to join our platoon queue list, feel free to.
Bruce says, I held onto my rotary phone as long as I could until the telephone company wanted it back. Really?
Nice.
Wow. I still have my Zune.
Should have
I
donated
did.
it to a museum, maybe.
Yeah, you're right, guys. I got to stop making fun of Tragic when she leaves.
I can hear you when I
Then-
leave. I have
Oh, so you heard
wireless
all the-
headset.
You heard all the mean stuff I said about you then. Dang it.
No, I was ignoring what you said.
I didn't say anything. Chat's just riling.
I know. But I also just ignore what you say when I walk away. Because you always say,
That
like,
much
oh,
is
I'm
clear.
gonna... Well, because you always say you're gonna say mean stuff about me, but you never do because you know I'm listening.
Yeah, right. That's why I don't say anything mean.
Oh my goodness. Say strunk or cream corn. How about both? I think it'll do it in order. Cream corn.
My first computer was Texas Instruments T99, and I never got the ball to bounce. Nice.
Cream corn. There we go.
All right, we got Axel
Okay.
Grace here in his Progetto 46. Can't go wrong. Great tank. I'm going to rock the T42, though.
Ooh. I'm also grabbing the prog. The prog.
The Prog Rock.
The prog rock. What? Right. Count
The
in.
Rush.
4,
The Rush of
3,
Tier 8.
2, 1. Battle. But yeah, so, you know, like I keep saying, I feel like I lived in like that awkward middle age of technology where technology was just like advancing super fast and it was just like we don't know where we're going. So like my parents had we had a tube television that, you know, got all static when you got too close to it, and you know, you had to change the channel to 3 to play games on it, and you only had like 10 channels. I had 10 channels, not 3, but you know, same basic concept. So
I did see, hold on. Wolf, my first computer game was Frogger on audio cassette tape.
ooh.
It took 6 minutes to boot on my 10-inch black and white TV. That's awesome.
Technology feels like it has come to a standstill in the last decade. In my opinion, I disagree. But just because there's not a whole lot of consumer tech that is available, that's evolved, doesn't mean that technology is at a standstill.
I mean, I would say, yeah, maybe some of it's not. I feel like there's been some pretty amazing jumps in the last 10 years.
Slow
Personally.
compared to what
mean-
was going.
I would still put like touchscreens and smartphones as mostly happening in the last 10 years. I know they started earlier, but I think we saw the widespread adoption in the last 10
Yeah.
and the tech has improved a lot. Stuff like consumer grade VR, even 10 years ago, was like a kind of a fantasy, and now we have real serious consumer VR now.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of technology in mechanical engineering that goes underappreciated because it's more oriented at getting cars to be more efficient to pass smog regulations, which you know, is obviously a good thing. But you know, what comes out of that is like we actually have these incredibly designed like engines and stuff that people just aren't necessarily appreciating because you know, those engines are running cleaner and not necessarily like improving performance more. Although even then, like if you look at like performance cars, can you imagine the idea 10 years ago of a 1,000 horsepower car that you could buy stock at a dealership, like you can the whatever Dodge Demon exists now? Like that would have been nonsensical, but here we are. So I disagree. I think there's plenty of technology in the last 10 years that
Yeah.
has been remarkable leaps.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like it's mostly quote unquote consumer tech that I feel like isn't really advanced a whole lot. Like there is a lot of technology that has come out. It's just not purchasable by, you know, the general public in many cases. So, I don't know. You know, it's all opinion based and depends on what particular sector you're looking into.
I would say even medical technology too. In 2015,
Oh my god, yeah.
I had a major surgery that required the removal of part of my large intestine. Not to get too gross, but around the appendix area. And I didn't actually have any stitches or staples, and it was just glue.
Oh, it's just
which
glue.
compared
You're
to-
held together by glue.
I was literally held together by glue, which
Oh
I mean,
no, Axel.
like that it freaked
You're dead, my
literally
friend.
it freaked me
I'm
out at the time.
Also dead soon. Very, very
But
soon.
that would not have been possible.
Oh no, I can't back up.
Even a few years
I'm
earlier.
a dingle bop. No.
Yes, it was laparoscopic. It was so the surgery was done by a robot, and then they They held the wounds together with glue, which is crazy. Did Martha Stewart do your surgery? No. I'm actually a very good surgeon did my surgery. I was very lucky to get the surgeon I did. It was one of those situations where I had a couple of the nurses, like, when they were prepping me, like, you know, if I was going to have a surgery, I would definitely have it done by this guy here.
Ah!
You get one of the, like,
Oh no! Oh goodness. Oh gosh.
yeah, but even 20 years ago, that surgery would have laid me out for half a year just to deal with a massive open chest wound.
There's like so many interesting things about technology. Like it blows my mind some of the things that we can do because I don't understand how it works and I'm just like, how is that possible? Like, how did somebody figure out how to make it so when I touch a piece of glass, it tells a computer exactly what I'm trying to do, and then relay that feedback in a way that is conducive to what I'm trying to do. Like, that's crazy. Like, if you brought a cell phone to someone literally 50 years ago, and you're just like, this is going to be in the palm of your hand in 50 years, and then understand that there was less technology than my phone in a space shuttle that went to actual space, and you're just like, excuse me? Blows my mind.
Derek said they glued my chest incision when I had heart surgery and 24 staples along the sternum. Wow. Aprexon says, what has changed is that we have become numb to the accelerating pace of change. Innovation now lacks the novelty of yesteryear. Yeah, I think that's true. And some of the romance is gone too. I think, you know, in the 60s and 70s, a lot of stuff you could tie all this new technology to the space age, right? And everyone was like, wow, you know, this stuff went to space, or this stuff came about because we used it to go to space. And now we don't have that kind of romantic notion of scientific progress currently that we did then.
Yeah. Where in-game do drops show up? Drops from here show up. You have to claim them first in your Twitch drops inventory. If you do !weekly watcher, I believe it will give you a link so that you can click and claim it, and then from you claiming it, it'll show up in-game. And you can double check that it has by going into your missions and checking for the stream chain missions. I really want to change that from stream chain missions to weekly watcher missions.
There you go. Bruce said, I can remember when the transistor was a big deal. Yeah. So the guy, I think it was Apraxin, mentioned that the pace of innovation is increasing so rapidly that people aren't appreciating it. I think that's probably true. And if you look at the amount of time between like humanity's first flight and humanity landing on the moon, it's like that happened in a lifespan.
Yeah.
Like a person could remember reading the newspaper of the first time that we took flight and also watch the moon landing live. Like that is wild.
Technology is just like super cool, to be honest. I like technology.
Yeah.
I really do.
I also enjoy technology.
Why is everyone writing out Weekly Watcher? Y'all are using the wrong command.
So they will say, remember when all we had to watch was Mom's iPad? Yeah, remember before we had chips implanted in our browse that like that put images directly into our brains or whatever was going to happen in 50 years.
Big Brother loves you. I mean, you know, if the government really wants to track you, you're either like really interesting and they'll find a way to track you, or you have a cell phone. If you have a cell phone, or if you have an online presence at all, like they know where you are.
Remember before we had pants? Yeah, remember when everyone was walking around wearing togas and stuff?
Togas and stuff.
Those were the days. Everyone was just hanging out wild and free.
Did I make my own dino costume? Cabmech, I don't understand the question.
Cole says we told him the wrong command.
It's WW. I said WW, did I not?
WW.
WW. I was saying that I wish that the
Okay.
in-game missions were named Weekly Watcher,
So,
but there's also a cooldown, you guys. My goodness! Oh no!
I have a dad joke for you. Well, it's not really a dad
Yeah.
joke; it's a dad
Go
anecdote.
for it. Go for it.
But just the what does WWW stand for?
World Wide Web.
Which is less syllables than WWW, but we say
True.
WWW.
True.
It's short for World Wide Web.
Well,
All right,
because
I think we got a tier 9 game here ready to
4,
go.
3, 2, 1, battle. I think the reason why we say WWW is because that's the actual, like, letters you use. You don't write out World Wide Web before.
Of course, it's just funny. It's just a funny thing that happened.
I know. See, the WW command worked for Toto. It just has a cooldown, you guys. Oh my god, Sergey. Sergey just goes WWW. Ah! So many W's.
How many W's is the right amount of W's?
3. And I thought I was special. Well, Toto, you made it in. You are special because you were able to send the command at the correct time in which allowed the command to go through.
I remember when we switched from dial-up to DSL and thought we were internet kings. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Same.
Where?
I remember getting yelled at by my mom because she couldn't call home to tell me to take the chicken out of the freezer because I was on the internet blocking the call.
Yeah. You know, I didn't have, okay, so for the longest time of my life, I'm pretty sure I made it to high school, before I had faster than 1 megabyte internet.
Go team, we're number 1. That's right, we are number 1.
I really want to shoot at this object because he's just kind of sitting out in the open. And he deserves punishment. No! I don't know where that went. That's fine.
That's your default answer to anyone.
What?
They deserve punishment.
Yes, they do. Because most of the time it's true. They do.
If
They deserve...
Tragic's Game of Thrones character is the Shame Bell Lady.
The Shame Bell Lady! Yeah, except I'm not in a cult, so... Big difference between me and that lady, at least.
Are you sure you're not a member of anything that in 50 years is going to be described as a cult? Because I'm not.
I don't think so. I'm not I'm not necessarily a member of too many things. Ay. Oh, here's a convenient bush.
I love when people just sit in the open and let me shoot them with my Waffenträger. It's very satisfying.
Oh, I bet.
I've already done 1,700 damage. The church lady from SNL. Man, Dana Carvey. What a legend.
Oh, you're gonna say what a treasure?
And a treasure.
You know what's a treasure? The friends we found along the way.
Hey, that was the real treasure.
Oh, goodness gracious. That Foch is doing scary things. to do it. But I don't like it.
Time to get aggressive and push in my Waffentrager.
Good luck with that. I hope it turns out well for you.
It's going to turn out great.
You say that with a lot of confidence that makes me think
Party
you're
on, Trev.
lying.
Party on, Kevnik. Party on, Garth.
Hey. So what, and because someone asked about this earlier, I think it was Lady May, but Lady May said, let's start the food talk, and I wasn't quite ready yet, but now I'm
I feel like
ready.
we've already covered every possible off-topic subject, right?
Yeah.
Other than food.
Technology?
Today's been a very off-topic stream.
There
Any
has
World
been
of Tanks specific questions while folks are here? I feel like we've got a fair amount, but
Ow. Let's go this way. I
Don't
already
have it.
got that. You got
having
that,
the
I
food
believe.
opinions are out. I'm back on the wagon, so I had celery and hummus for lunch, and now
Oh,
I'm mad.
nice. I am having sushi for dinner. Tonight and tomorrow night.
All right, I'm just gonna roll up on this T-57 and murk him. You probably get 2 shots into me before I shoot him.
Probably. Think
Oh, he
that's what
tracked me as
hopes.
both. I'm dead.
Ooh. Big oof.
I didn't back up the right way.
Did you not? Oh no. How disappointing.
Very disappointing. No cream corn.
Much. No cream corn tonight.
Well, things are very close quarters there, not an intimate environment. Tell that to the guys inside the same tank, bro, Perk. It's a very intimate environment for them.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll have a tuna sub with black olives. There you go, Rockabilly. I like that sort of positive thinking.
I'm super hungry.
And Chicago dogs. Always Chicago dogs. It's hard to get a good Chicago dog outside of Chicago, though. They exist. There's a place here in Austin called Wise Guys that's pretty decent.
Is that your official stance on that?
Sure.
It's fair. It's fair. I'm just hungry. Bingo, question mark. Y'all didn't get a bingo yet. I'm sorry to say. This is what the bingo sheet looks like. And we have Blobbert up next in the Nature Force.
We're so lucky to have Blobbert and Uncle hanging around carrying us on all these games.
Sorry, Red Man. I still can't buy bingo. That's because it's limited and it does run out. And unfortunately, people like to use it very quickly. So, yeah, a lot of times not too many people get to throw in numbers. But I will say, it's not just one well, just because only a few people get to participate in the actual selection of the numbers, doesn't mean it's not an opportunity for the whole entire stream. And that's because when bingo does happen, essentially we do a raffle for the prize, and the prize is random, usually. So,
Tacos Alpo store. That sounds like a good time. Real Good says, I sent a complaint into W, wrote a letter with Lincoln, licked it, his stamp, and put it on the paper envelope and posted it at the post office. That's awesome.
Ooh, okay, so we're doing a tier 6. But yeah, so, oh gosh, what did I order for sushi? I am a heathen who doesn't like avocado, so anything I get, is generally, Wow, I saw that. What was that face about?
Californian millennial that doesn't like avocado?
It tastes like mushy grass to me.
It's just remarkable.
It
It does
tastes
have
like
a bit of a grassy flavor.
it's like baby food, but in the shape of a fruit. But yeah, I don't like avocado, so anything that I say, it's always substitute the avocado with cucumber.
I liked
Um,
avocado before it was cool.
Anyways, I think I got a Philadelphia roll. I got a spicy salmon roll, miso soup, and oh gosh, there was one more that I got. What did I order? I forget. I have to look at the chat that I'm in about this food thingy happening. Oh my god. Sorry, I know. I need to figure out what exactly I ordered because now I'm concerned. Oh, okay. Spicy salmon roll, Philadelphia roll, and a Boston roll. I don't know what's in any of them.
I hope the Boston roll isn't like a sushi version of a Boston cream pie. That would be unfortunate.
I don't think so. But yeah, I really like sushi. I love
Also,
sushi.
I got a tier 6 game going here. Blobbert's readied up in the OI.
Mhm.
Tragic, of course, in the KV2R. I'm bringing the Firefly. Big fan of
4,
the Firefly.
3, 2.
Rockabilly says, I just don't eat hot foods when it's warm weather. That's why I want to get my hands on a tuna sub. I'm kind of with you, Rockabilly. I like to, especially for me, it's more beverages. But I like to eat spicy food when it's hot out. That's the trick, right? It's like a lot of cultures that are more equatorial have really spicy food traditions, and I think that's why.
Frank is on the other team, by the way.
Spiciness, for whatever reason, helps out. K Mal says lobster in the Boston roll. Ooh, that may be.
I actually don't think so. I need to double check. But it's this place somewhere in Austin. I don't know where this place is. Someone else has ordered the food, and I've never been to this place. It's called Sushi Zushi. And, you know, if you want to go look up their menu, you can. But like I said, Boston roll, Philadelphia roll, and then the spicy salmon roll. The spicy salmon roll, I think, is literally just salmon and rice and nori, which is the you guys don't know the words for things. Nori is the seaweed paper that they use to wrap sushi in.
Well, I think most people probably know what nori is.
Most people do, but you know,
we grew up watching Anthony Bourdain, right?
Yeah.
Or not grew up. We watched
Maybe.
Anthony Bourdain as adults.
Maybe.
We're cultured relatively.
I'm not gonna make assumptions, and I'm just gonna say we are a stream of teaching and learning, so I'm not going to assume everybody knows.
Teaching and learning.
Teaching and learning.
Teaching and learning.
Franklin Barbecue?
Franklin's is great.
Yeah, it's just always super busy. Everyone always says, oh, if you ever want to actually get Franklin's, like, gather a group of friends, do a, what is it called, a catering order, and put it in the day, like, a week before.
Yeah, you have to do it, like, a week or two in advance to do the catering.
Exactly. So, you know, get a bunch of friends together, or I suppose in our case it could be coworkers, and just do the thing. Do the thing.
I would honestly, Franklin's is great. I think I might like Terry Black's is really good too. Really, really good.
I've heard good things about Terry Black's. I want to
belongs in the sea.
destroy Frank Booth right now so badly. Nope, KV85. Don't block.
I'm getting
what shot I
M44. M44s have now shot at me 6 times between the two of them.
Ooh, Salt Lick by, I've been to the Salt Lick. There's one by the Dell Diamond that I went to with my dad while he was in town. Very good food. My realtor, so, you know, I've been talking about it a little bit. So I kind of made friends. This is how adults make friends. You make friends with people that you have to interact with, like, on a associative basis. I made friends with my realtor, and, like, every time we went looking at houses, we would just kind of, like, roast some of them and, like, make fun of them, but also, like, you know. So we talked about food once, and, like, now that's
Treasure?
our... Huh?
Could you come over here and unflip me?
Where are you?
To your left.
Okay, I see you. I see you. I understand. I
Yeah.
am on my way.
I may have rolled my tank on the side.
It's okay. I've done that. I did that once during a stronghold, and I could have helped ourselves. You know, it'd be
Ooh,
funny if I
Parkland has a
also
hot
rolled
tip.
myself. But yeah,
Don't
Salt
roll it.
Lick. I'm
Perkins said heavy use of spices was to hide the taste of rotting meat. Food does not keep well in the tropic. That is also a
little gross, not gonna
reasonable-
lie.
reasonable.
There you go.
But I mean, but I guess it depends which ones had access to salt, right? Because like in the Nordic countries, they had to rot their meat as a form of preservation because they didn't have salt. They'd use like lye and stuff, which is really gross. Oh no, Frank down.
Oh no. But yeah, Salt Lick, very good. Anyways, so my realtor was telling me about the Salt Lick, and she had gone there, like, with one of her friends, and she said that the waiter had, like, brought up their, like, fish, thing, like, their daily fish, dish or whatever, and said that the dish was monkfish, and I asked her, do you know what monkfish looks like? And she said no, and I was like, okay, well, you know, you're gonna have to look it up, because I don't think, for one, you would guess, but also I feel like you're gonna be really sad that that's what you ate and how good it tasted.
But why? What is with? I only want to eat pretty fish.
I don't know.
It's just it's a weird.
It's a thing. I mean, people don't like to eat things that aren't pretty to the eye. Like, most things that aren't pretty are not pretty because specifically they don't want to be eaten. So she ate monkfish without knowing how it looked, and her response to finding out how monkfish looks like, with it literally basically looking like a blobfish, but, you know, maybe a little bit less concerning. Yeah, blobfish, no. Monkfish, maybe. They have creepy teeth. That's all I'm gonna say, is they got creepy teeth, so.
Blobfish.
Blobfish. Yeah. So that's a thing. I will probably die.
Blobbert is our resident blobfish.
Is Blobbert our resident blobfish? Is that what it is?
But Bohica says halibut is the bomb, but yeah, I love halibut.
Oh
Texas Taxman's
no!
walks into chat, Cab says pretty fish,
Oi.
turns around and walks back out, yellow card.
Ay.
Salty says you eat cooked
I'm
fish and
super
use raw
dead.
fish.
Ah! No!
I love I love raw fish.
Ouch.
I'm sorry, I just do.
Same.
Not all of them. I try to get adventurous, but honestly, I just default to salmon. But I love raw salmon personally.
Oh my god, salmon is my favorite sashimi.
Salmon is my favorite fish in general.
By the
I
way,
just-
we've
I love
been we've been asked to hydrate by Angry Pizza. So
right, well,
this
hopefully
hydration
you're-
is for you.
Hopefully your next pizza is a little happier, but cheers.
Showdown Saturday says the reward this week is gold again. Is that a mistake? I can always ask our wonderful social media manager, Chauncey Billups.
But not today, because
But
he's
not
off.
today. He is off, so.
Allwar says I like my fish cooked. Well, sushi grade fish gets flash frozen, which does the same job. Allwar.
Ooh. Okay.
You're very unlikely in America, at least, to eat sushi that hasn't been frozen and then thawed.
Yeah. Unless you're in like San Francisco, where they can. Well,
Even then,
some things.
usually the commercial fishing goes straight to the freezer, and then out to restaurants from there. Once
Sashimi
it's been
with
processed
wasabi.
and frozen.
You know, most wasabi in the United States is actually horseradish. Wasabi is actually supposed to be like sweet spicy, not just like spicy.
It takes forever to grow.
Yeah, it does. It's a root, kind of like ginger.
I mean, luckily, horseradish is awesome. So,
Eh,
I grew up on the south side of Chicago. We have a big thing is horseradish cheese. Oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it.
mm. I've never heard of that. If I'll be
You ever heard of
honest.
horseradish cheese?
No.
It's really good.
You know, my very recent food preference has been poke. It is so good, and it is everything about sushi that I love, but customizable. And
So-
there's
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's super good.
I would say my only issue with that is with is it poke? I don't actually know how to pronounce it. But because it's just a bowl of like stuff,
Mhm.
all the ingredients have to be like really good and really fresh. And
Yeah.
if even one of them is off, it ruins the whole
Yeah.
thing. But I have found there's a place in Cedar Park that's really really good.
What is it called?
Pokefit.
Oh, okay.
Pokefit. But I use that place and it's really really good.
Cabmick is not in Cheetown. We're actually all in like the Austin greater area.
I spent many of my formative years on the south side of Chicago, though. South side Chicagoland, technically.
Chicago land. Don't you have to say it like Chicago?
I say Chicago because if I said the town, you wouldn't know what it is. Just like we say Oakland because you wouldn't know where in the East Bay we're from. Or Tragic might say San Jose because you don't know where.
San Jose. Yeah, I always say. So there's half people who know that San Jose exists because they know the song, and then there's the other half of the people who are just like, aha, it's a song. And I'm just like, yeah, but do you know where it is? It's an hour south of San Francisco. It's easy to find, it's bigger than San Francisco, actually has more people than San Francisco, and is a major tech hub. So it kind of makes me sad when people don't know that my home city exists.
Yeah, well, some people don't know Oakland either, so you end up having to say San Francisco.
Yeah. Basically anywhere east, south, and North Bay, you're just like, I live around San Francisco.
I feel pressured here. I feel like I have to choose the T-57.
You do. Oakland
Right.
Raiders, yes. The only other saving grace that I have is if they know hockey and I say the San Jose Sharks, they're going to be like, yes, okay, you know, the one team that always makes it to like the semifinals but never goes past the semifinals. Yeah, that team. Yeah.
Bohica knows. Yeah, my mom's family's from Tinley Park, Bohica, but I grew up mostly in Richmond Park.
Emeryville or Oakland. Emeryville, I understand why people don't know where it is because it's way small. Like the actual land area of Emeryville is like the size of basically a Costco, honestly.
Emeryville, where Oakland goes to shop.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
It's basically some office buildings, a shopping mall, and a lot of property crime.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
By Schaumburg now. The only thing I know about Schaumburg is they have a great water park. Or they did when I was a kid.
You know, speaking of food, how many people in chat were just like super picky about food as a young kid, but now you're just like will shove any kind of food in your face? Uh,
Are you saying that you shove any kind of food in your face now?
most any.
But what's your favorite food to shove in your face? Is it a specific steakhouse on the shore of Lake Erie in Ohio?
Yes, it is. It is called Rennick's Meat Market.
Oh,
And I will 100% shill for that restaurant regardless of where my life goes in the future, because I will be, and I am stealing the one swear that we have per stream.
Okay,
I will
alright.
be damned if I ever get to go there again, because I would be so upset if they stopped existing and I never got to go one more time. I will go out of my way to travel all the way to the middle of nowhere, Ohio.
It's not the middle of it. It's like a half hour outside of Cleveland.
Is it? Okay, whatever. Anyways, I will go to Ohio for absolutely no other reason than to eat at Rennick Meat Market.
Well, if you're in the
Please
the
go
Great-
if
the
you've
Great
never
Lakes
gone.
area, yeah, you have to go. Otherwise, tragic will be devastating.
I will be so sad. You have to understand, my coworkers, Cabmec, I believe Domo Sapien, Chauncey Billups, and no, maybe it wasn't Chauncey?
We did eat there 2 nights in a row.
Yes, I specifically told every single one of them separately to make sure that they went. I told them all separately to go, and then I also told our IT manager, because I know that no one's gonna say no to our IT manager. I told him, please go to Rennick Meat Market
It's true.
because you will be upset that you didn't go. And he told the rest of the team, like, we're going to this
He
place
did. He
because
just said we're
Tragic.
going.
Yeah, because Tragic told us to go. And I was like, good. Good. I'm glad. Thank you. Like, I would have been extremely upset. Very upset, honestly. Anyway, go
will
to Rennick
say,
Meat Market.
If you're in the Midwest, the Lake Erie coast of Ohio is actually a very pleasant place to visit. Really, I really like going to beaches on the Great Lakes because no salt water or like jellyfish or any of like nasty. Well, I mean, it's not that there's no danger, but certainly less danger than if you're bringing your kids to the beach than
Yeah.
most of the ocean spot. Ashtabula, yeah, Ashtabula or
Ashtabula.
Ashtabula. I can't remember how to pronounce it.
I don't know. I think it's Ashtabula because, you know, we're...
It's a nice little spot. I really enjoyed our time there. We had a great time at DD Ohio.
Ow.
And if you're
Hello.
looking for a big history event to go to, you can't go wrong with D-Day Ohio either. Amazing, the biggest D-Day reenactment in North America, I believe. And we've been there twice now. Had a great time both times. CJ says, I'm sure you told us before, when is new update 1.13? It's coming very soon, CJ. I can't get more specific than that.
Soon TM.
Wish I could, but very, very soon.
Yes. But yeah, highly recommend. If you don't eat there, if you don't eat there and you go to that area, for one, totally understand if it's a monetary thing, so don't think I absolutely require you to. But if you don't go there and you go to Ashtabula, Ohio, I will be personally offended and upset by this. Personally offended.
You heard it here first.
100%. Oh no.
It's bounced.
Oh,
Gosh.
that's insanely average.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Yeah, if that's
gotta
the
back
way-
up. Gotta back up.
We're not gonna be penetrating insanely averages 2 and 10E3 at this range. I
no.
don't think.
No, absolutely not. But also, definitely, looking to kill one of us. For sure.
Did you just confirm they're good to go this year? Awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you have the means and you're in the area, I really
Yeah.
do recommend go to DD Ohio and then go to Rennick's Meat Market while you're there. You'll have a good
Yes.
time. I promise.
Yes.
We certainly did.
I
Boomble
guarantee.
says, who do we bribe to get the SU-130 PM in the premium store? I'm always taking bribes, but I can't promise you. You're welcome to bribe me, Bimblati.
Always taking bribes. Can't can't say it'll happen, but taking the bribe.
As far as the SU-130 PM, I'm not sure 100% the next time it's going to be in the premium shop, but I can promise you it will be at some point. I'm not sure off the top of my head when it's going to be. Maybe if Llama's here, he'll grace me with that knowledge.
Great shot.
Oh no. Oh no. We gotta push in. We gotta push in. We gotta push in. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I only
do it.
have
push
2
in with me.
shots left.
Doesn't matter. I have many.
Damaged.
I have many shots. You
penetrated
just gotta
armor.
push in. You just
I'm
got ow.
pushing in.
That left a mark
You
on
just
the
gotta push
screen.
in. We have way more tanks than they do.
We killed the bad chat.
True. You did.
Now I'm reloading. I'm going to use your corpse as cover.
That's fine. My tank's the same size as you because it's the same tank, so it's good cover.
Marcus says, I know I love your stream, but you are terrible for my tanking game. Distracted.
Is it because you're distracted and hungry, or are you distracted because we're kind of ridiculous? Either way, totally understand. Can I give that person my 1:30 PM? Unfortunately, you can't, like, transfer tanks from one account to another. For all intents and purposes, any tank that makes it onto an account and is played, it is considered used goods, and
I shot
also
Nature Force.
you know, so and this is something that I tell people as, you know, something informative. If you ever accidentally do something, don't do anything, don't touch it, just leave it alone and immediately contact support, please.
I want the tragic out of context clip of the if you
Oh,
ever
God.
do something, don't do anything.
Do it.
If you ever do something, don't do anything. Tragic loss 2021.
You know, there's a clip of me on this channel that
GG
is
Nature Force.
very specifically me out of context. I don't remember what it is. Also, FBI says hydrate, so I'm gonna go ahead and hydrate. There's an out of context thing. Hey, lost GG's. GG's. I know, very sad. Do you ever start a conversation and not know where it's going to end? Casual Boops, I'm sorry. I start sentences and I don't know where it's going to end. You must
YOLO
understand.
and Panzer 54s. I'm always down to YOLO and Panzer 54s.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah. Is it start a sentence? Nice. Cool. Yeah, that's me all the time.
CJ says, I don't know if you see me ask this before, but how come the bonuses don't stop when you log out?
What's your
I feel we're
profanity?
being cheated about so much of them because are you referring to premium time running when
What's your profanity?
Potentially. That is painful to listen to. It's supposed to be painful to listen to. I don't know who the Fantastic Flute player is. It's just a MP3 clip from the internet. It's one of our sound alerts that you can play for free every 2 minutes, I believe.
Tragic the Nihilist, ultimate advice. Don't ever do anything to anyone for any reason ever.
Well, so I also bring this up, and it's really funny that Casual Boops comes in here because, and it's really unfortunate just because I absolutely understand his situation, but I feel you talking at me. You know, it's something that I made every attempt that I could to help resolve, but essentially there was a situation where there was for one, somewhat miscommunication on our end, but also, you know, I don't know, I don't want to be, yeah, he clicked a series of buttons that couldn't be unclicked, and it was sad. That's a good way of putting it. I didn't want to, like, I didn't want to like phrase it really mean, and I was trying to find the right words, but anyways, so he clicked buttons that couldn't be unclicked, and essentially, like I said, if you ever make a purchase in our premium store, or if you ever do anything in game where you're just like, oh no, that's not what I meant to do, don't click anything else. Like, if you have to immediately log out, go to support and like specifically say, hey, I accidentally did this thing, can I like have it undo? I can't guarantee anything, but under the kind of umbrella of if you ever do anything with things, just know that it is considered used and not
You ever do anything? What you mean if you play a tank
yes
that you didn't
Yeah.
mean to obtain,
yes
you might not be able to refund it.
yeah
So
exactly.
if you ever accidentally spend credits on a tank, make sure to
These
not
pixels
do
are
it.
used pixels. Yes, basically. It doesn't
It's-
entirely make
well,
sense, but
Well, I mean,
you know.
look, I understand where people are coming from saying you can't use pixels, but it's a
Yeah.
sales policy, not a
yeah.
we can't put this back on our pixel stable
Yeah.
and sell it to somebody else policy.
Yeah, exactly. The oh no,
but-
I just destroyed a bounty rammer. Exactly. That kind of stuff.
But basically, the less stuff you try and do to fix it, the easier it will be for customer support to undo
Yeah.
what you did, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And the thing
so
is,
we have another game lined up.
I don't think so because we have about 3 minutes. And
Panzer
I
1C,
think
Panzer 1C, Panzer 1C.
you and I, just you and I. Okay, I'm
mhm.
super down for that. But yeah, you know, if you ever, what was I gonna say? I don't want to repeat the same thing over again, but
If you ever do things, don't do them.
if you ever do things, don't make it harder to undo. Don't make it harder to undo. The more actions you do, the less likely it is that we will be able to undo it. Because there are certain things where it would make sense that we can undo them, but there are other things where it's just like, if you did this particular thing in between the things that can be undone, you can't undo it. So
You can't undo things that can't be undone, folks.
yeah.
You heard it here first. Sorry, I gotta have a little fun at Tragic Suspension. Perkland says, you guys are great, fun, and informative. I can imagine both of you hauling at the moon on a road trip. One of these days, maybe Tragic and I will do a road trip on motorcycle to one of our events. We've talked about it.
Although I can imagine you muting us on the intercom between the helmets.
we might do it at some point.
Yeah.
So CJ Tankmaster clarified his previous question. He says it's all the bonus stuff when you click your name, credit boosters, crew boosters, etc. I think they should stop running when you log off for the game. I hear you on that, Tankmaster, and we've definitely considered alternative versions that go based off battles played instead of time.
Yeah.
So possible in the future, but in the now you kind of got to deal with averages, or I mean, really the incentive of like popping an hour-long booster is that you're going to play battles the whole hour, right? Which is good for us. We want you to play battle.
So and to kind of go off of that, I totally understand like both sides of things, but think of it this way: some people can only spend a certain amount of time, you know, playing World of Tanks. Other people, like, they want to make the most out of every single match. And so, you know, a loss when you're running on the time theory, where, you know, you only have a specific amount of time, you have the potential of making it up by having a better game after that. Whereas if it's by battle, you might be kind of angry that you've kind of lost your ability to do anything, specifically because well, everything operates on the battle count, and you know, if your thing is okay,
I'm died.
I got it.
I got perma-tracked by the Matilda.
Oh, I'm about to do the same thing.
Casual Boops has a good tip. Boosters work when you drop in the queue, so if the booster runs out and you're in the queue, you still get the bonus. True. So your status, the status of your accounts gets locked when you enter queue.
Oh boy.
So anything that is still running when you hit the battle button will work for the next battle.
Mm-hmm. I'm scared.
I'm down to just 16,000 personal boosters yet. Don't forget to use them, folks. Save those credit boosters until Frontline is back. That's a good advice.
Ay,
for
ay,
sure.
ay. This is not good.
Pierogi says, "How do I prevent my account from accidentally buying the $1,000 package in the store?" Don't access the premium store during November, which I think is the only time that bundle appears.
Yeah. But no.
Phil on Facebook says Progetto Mod 3546 needs to be re-added to the store. It'll definitely come back around, Phil. Casual says pop credit boosters, play randoms when boosters almost up, then drop NFL. Ooh, that's a way to maximize. I like that.
Yeah.
Here we go on Twitch. We have So Dead Dan NA server.
Goodbye.
Well,
Bye. Why? Goodbye.
I just like Dan's in the middle.
Yeah.
Later.
Speaking of Frontline, when will we see it? Oh, thank you, Sean, for calling it Frontline, which it is Frontline, not Frontlines. There's no S. So Frontline should be back later this year. Please ignore any clips you might see of me saying that Frontline will not be back, because that was me very specifically mishearing what Cavmech said. So, you know.
Left Sock says, today I learned about boosters, only playing for 8 years. Really? For the first time ever, Left Sock? Come on,
What?
we get you all the time. We talk about them all the time. Etchy says, any news on Modern Combat on PC? The console game, we talk about this a lot, it's a totally different game than PC. Doesn't mean that nothing in the future could be comparable, but we're not going to have the new Modern Combat mode they have on PC. Phil says, when? Referring to the Progetto sale. Sorry, Phil, I do not have an exact date available at the top of my head. I do know it will be coming back around at some point. I can poke our llama, our monetization guy, and see if he is willing.
I can't tell if we're getting raided or people are asking us to raid. We will be raiding someone. I do have a question in my PMs that I will try to answer. Oh, who messaged me? Retcop, if you are around, I will get you an answer on that, because I believe I have credited everybody to which I have their correct usernames for the 30-hour USO stream. Let's see. Let me double check, because I do have a list.
All right. I just poked Llama right now and asked him when the Progetto and the SU-130 are going on sale. He's going to tell me probably some non-polite words I won't be able to repeat, but I asked for you, chat. He'll say soon. Yeah, he'll probably say soon, TM Casual. You're probably right.
So, actually, Retcop, if you're around, I think I see potentially an issue that might have cropped up as to why you might not have your reward. Your name might have been misspelled in the spreadsheet. Anyways, I will double check on that for sure.
He didn't get back to me yet. I tried, but I think we're going to be getting out of here now.
We are. I have to go because I want food. So
what's his PayPal? I'll see if you guys stop by. We're here every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central. We have streams most other nights of the week, depending on the week. What do we got the rest of this week, Tragic?
I don't actually think we have too much this week. I think this is a light week. I am off tomorrow, and I know there's no stream tomorrow. I also know that there's no stream Friday, so I believe it's just today and Thursday. Next week,
Domo and Tragic on Late Night Tank Show at 6 p.m. Central on this channel.
Yes. Next week, however, you have Monday to Thursday all have streams on them, and then the following week after that, you are going to have Monday, Tuesday, no Wednesday stream, and then Thursday, Friday. So every stream is on a general rotation. For Wednesdays, it's every other week. And then for Fridays, I believe it's also every other week or so. Mondays rotates between the motor pool with the chieftain, and then Crazy Creative with Crazy Boop. So make sure you check those out. But yeah, we are going to be raiding. Let's see. Oh, you know, here's someone we don't get to raid ever, I feel like. We're going to be raiding Guido. So
Ooh, go
please
say hi to
give
Guido, folks.
yes, please give him a warm Sherman Gang welcome.
And check out
we
his
will
YouTube
see-
channel.
Yes, we will see you on Thursday. Goodbye, everybody.
He's got some cool new videos. Good stuff. Have a good night, everyone.
I was like, you gotta say bye at some point. Okay, bye, everybody.